And just like that, we are right back, ladies and gentlemen, with another addition to another installment of Hashtag Fade to Black. I don't know why I clapped like that, but I just did. I am your host, Tyler Alamante Flores, here with my dog, my bruh, Beast Johnson. How you living?
I'm living good, man. Living day to day. How about yourself, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. I did an Instagram video the other day about money. You know, I'm gonna say it on the show. I'm gonna say it like this. I love money. And all those old cliches about money bring more problems and money is the root to all evil. I have just cut myself away from all that talk. You want to know why? This is why. Number one, not having money is the root to all evil. Yes, I said that. Number two, for the other thing I just said, I said money's not the root to all evil, and that what was the other one that I said? I still totally forgot because the love of money is just clouding everything right now. But basically, all those cliches that y'all be saying about money is the reason why you are still in the same cycle that you are probably the same time last year. It's because you think money's so evil and you think it's just so disgusting. But guess when your bills need to get paid, you want to go grocery shopping, you want to go on that vacation, you want to start that business. What do you need? But let's start with the basics. When you want your life to stay on, you pay your bills, right? And you said money can't buy happiness. I beg to differ, because after you pay that bill, what do you feel like? Beast, I'm gonna throw that question to you. This is not open to save it, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to get this off my chest. After you pay your bill, what's the feeling that you have?
It's the only time it's acceptable to be broke. If I'm gonna be broke, let me be broke after my bills paid. That's okay. That's cool. You want to go out to eat? Man, you want to go out tonight? Nah, man, I'm broke. Just gonna chill at the house with all this lights and AC and heat and Netflix and Hulu and fridge full of food because of EBT. Yeah, I'm gonna chill at the house. I might be broke, but I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy.
And the thing is, relief, correct?
Mm-hmm.
My point is that who said money can't buy happiness? At least Beast is willing to admit, like, hey, I'd rather be broke without owing nothing else. Everything's paid off.
I'm old school. I was raised by old school folk and old school music. But more importantly, I'm a 90s kid too, so I grew up watching shit like Tiny Toons. And that's what most of y'all have heard this song. But it's a real old school song. It's real simple. The best things in life are free, but you can tell them to the birds and bees, I need money. That's what I want. I want more. That's what I want. Hey, what part you say? What part you say? They say money. What the part say?
The best.
What it say? The best things in life can't. No. The other part. They say money can't. They say what money can't buy. What money can't buy, shit. Whatever money can't buy, I don't need. I need money. Understand that? At the end of the day, money is not the root of all evil, but it is the relief and resistance and rage that fills up with people when it comes to money. I'm relieved when I got enough money to do stuff, or I had enough money to take care of stuff. Until then, I'm rage-filled when I ain't got what I need to get done. Or I need more than what I got. Oh, that's when, money makes you very, very evil. Very evil.
And the
You
thing
thought
is,
you thought what Judas did? You thought Judas crossed Jesus for what was 100 pieces of silver?
Mhm.
You thought that was something? Shit, I done seen motherfuckers do worse for little.
Most definitely. But let's go ahead to our opening statements. First of all, shout out to Sky Zone Society doing big things. But Beast, you are going to be first at bat. I don't know why I
All
put
right.
thumbs up, but for the opening statements, as you can hear my ovens going crazy in the background, maybe some cookies. So let me go ahead and tend to that. But let's go into our opening statements.
I got a little moment just get something off my chest here. Stop playing the fucking victim. Now everybody go through things. Excuse me. Life is hard overall, and everybody needs some help. So when you are in a position where you genuinely actually need help, and you let that be known, always understand when asking for help or making a vague request like a prayer to God, you will get that answer, but you will not get it in the manner that you cognitively, consciously conceive in your brain how you feel like the help should go or how you feel like the help should appear. It's often not that case. The help gets there, but it's only in hindsight do you really realize the moments and the times and the situations and the individuals that actually helped you make it to that point of reflection. Now, what really just ooh, makes a boy want to lose his religion is to hear somebody's boo-hoo and pity party themselves and present this victimized opinion like nobody cares for me, nobody's concerned about me, I'm out here by myself, I gotta do it all. Now I just want somebody, just hug me and call me and check on me. That's what you're telling the world, but what you're not telling folk is how many folk you ignored because you felt some kind of way or assumed the nature of that conversation, not realizing you just shunned and turned your back on the very help your bitch ass was complaining about. I got a real issue, like the bane of my existence, about folk that turn down help. Who the fuck you think you are to fix your face and ask for something without being specific in any way and then say, I don't want your form of assistance or help. I feel as though it would not benefit me. I don't know who the fuck raised you, but they damn sure ain't raised your ass right. Ask not, want not. And if you turn down, you damn sure don't want not. And I ask you this. I want you to think about the moments that you've actually had help, been in those situations, had that divine, holy, godly intervention, had that lily in the valley present itself to you, if you will. Now, I want you to think about those moments. And I want you to think about the time that was elapsed in between those moments. How many times did you really get the help? Now think about the times where you asked for help, but turned it down. How long it take you to get some help after that? You keep turning folk down, assuming shit, you're gonna put yourself in a situation to where you are the ass, left all alone, with everyone having their back turned to you. And it's nobody's fault but your own shitty ass personality and your shitty ass actions. So don't ask for nothing that your ass don't really want. Because God will see fit that it happens. But he gonna do it his way. And he gonna do it to make sure that that help that your ass so succinctly desire and plead for actually gets done. And it actually becomes not just a help to your situation, but a help to your spirit and overall well-being of life. Because sometimes you might have to go through some bullshit to get that help. But a lot of times you put yourself through bullshit because you didn't get the help you felt as though you deserved. Better get yourself right. Because we all know there's way more shitty weather days than there are good weather days. And the same goes for help and everything else in life. You're going to deal with more hell than you get heaven. So when you get that little shine of heaven, you better snatch on and latch on. And with that, I end my rant and I yield the floor. Welcome to the show.
Beast always bringing the real, man. Always bringing the real. So now, speaking of real, here's my opening statement. My opening statement goes a little something like this. And in the words of Nene Leaks, before I go off, I'm going to say this early. I said what I said. Black people that believe that self-reliance is the way to beat white supremacy is overrated. I said what I said. I'm going to tell you why. Self-reliance is not something that's going to help our people. It's basically what we've been doing for centuries. Let me tell you how. If you ever bring up, people will try to use self-reliance as an example of Black Wall Street, all the chocolate cities, which would be a perfect example of self-reliance. But guess what happened when self-reliance go wrong? But see, the only thing I can say is not alike but similar is that with all those chocolate cities, which we do not talk about, majority of the communities, majority of the community were military. And that's what made those communities, those chocolate cities, flourish. But the unfortunate thing that happened was other races don't do it. That's true. The only issue is majority of the communities were military, and they could have had little militias just in case anything went down. And that's why, that's a big part that's hidden in plain sight that we don't talk about, why all those chocolate cities went down. The reason why I say it's similar, we talk about a person. We're not talking about community. When you got Black folks that preach this self-reliance thing, and you know, they probably got a business, making money, got a great deal going on. You know, they got their life situated. You know, they got a great family, great home. They live in a great neighborhood. I mean, everything's going great in their world. But they got the nerve to knock other people down that's not doing what they're doing, or if they keep doing the same stuff. And teaching, then at the same time, driving their nice little Bentleys and not giving out advice or reaching out a hand like, hey, you know, I want to get you right here. I will let you come to the door and start this business with me. I will give you an internship, or I can just start, I can franchise out there or bring my business to your community to help it out. But they don't do that. It's more of, I got everything going on over here, but I'm coming over here to sit there and tell you what you're not doing and how effed up it is, rather than me shutting up and stop criticizing and asking, what can I do to help out the situation? So all these brothers and sisters that sit there saying, well, black folks, we need to learn how to be self-reliant. If you realize when you say self, it's all about you. And not trying to go off the tracks a bit, every time when people say, I want to mind my own business, guess what? They're all in somebody else's business. And just to allude to what Beast was talking about, you got those same people that sit there and say, you know what? I'm going to mind my business. Pass by somebody that needs help. But then when you fall on hard times and that one person that you walk by finally gets it right, and you sit there reaching out to them, can you help me? Can you help me? And they walk on past. Now all of a sudden, fuck the world. I hate the world. Like, really? Now let me go ahead and jump on the other sides of the tracks. Now I understand around a lot why a lot of brothers and sisters want to be self-reliant. I understand the premise. When you feel like your own people, don't like your political views or just don't like you for some reason. Or let's say you was willing to try to help out and explain alternatives that they don't like. So you like, you know what? F it. I'm going to do my own thing over here. And if anybody else who feel what I'm feeling, you should come over there with me too. But majority of the time, the person just say they give up. So I understand why you would say self-reliance is good. I'm not bashing anybody who wants to be self-reliant. I didn't say that, I didn't say it was a bad thing. My issue is it's overrated to a point to where you're criticizing everybody on what they're doing, but you're not reaching out and giving them a hand with it. If I'm a freaking multi-millionaire with the web network, and I got somebody over here who is a content creator, and he's not making nothing over here over YouTube, but I'm sitting there criticizing him for being on YouTube, and I got a platform that he or she can come on and make some money, get notoriety, to actually get credit for their work. But I'm sitting over there criticizing them. That's where I disagree, and that's why I believe that saying self-reliant is overrated. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. Now, there's a difference when you say, I'm doing my thing. I'm doing my own thing. But if anybody wants to come aboard or they need help, I'm here. I laid the groundwork. I laid down the blueprint for them to follow. If they want that blueprint or they want somebody to be there to mentor them, I'm here. If they want a job, I'm here. They want me to bring my business over there to their community or what have you, I'm there. That's the difference. To me, self-reliance is you on your own island. You got everything going on. I'm going to tell you what my island's going to be. My island is going to be me, my family, my relatives that I'm close with, my homies. Beach definitely going to have a part on the beach because, if you smell a whole bunch of weed or all that stuff, beach is up on the other side of the island. And I know a couple of my homies will be over there just smoking up and all that stuff. And then I got my homies that know how to cook some barbecue, cookout, barbecue, all that. But at the same time, if they know a friend or they got a family member that want to come on the island, I'm not going to stop them. But yes, if I would do a background check and all that stuff on them, vet them, oh yeah, anybody would. But I'm not going to sit there just going to stop everybody from coming over, which, number one, that can help out on the island, that can contribute. And also, mi casa, su casa. Whoever's a friend of whoever is a friend of mine. Whoever's a family of a person I know is a family of mine. And that's how it should go. Because all these people with the self-reliance thing, like that one brother that I don't know why he got viral, who he went on Roland Martin's show, and he had his own school in Georgia. And everybody was just jumping on his jock and all that stuff. I'm like, why y'all jumping on his jock? First of all, he wasn't on the show to explain how he was self-reliant. It was talking about the voter bill in Georgia. But I digress on that point. Only issue that I have with that brother is because he said, I'm self-reliant to build this school. My question would have been, why I gotta be self-reliant? Is the school just for your kids? Because I'd be asked the question, is it just for your kids? Is it just for your immediate family? Who are you talking about? Because when I hear self, I'm only hearing you. So if you just would have changed the words, yes, words mean everything. Wordplay means everything. A sentence means everything. A phrase means everything. An expression means everything. But I'm going to be over there with the we. I mean, your words and how you say it means everything. The interpretation, context, details means everything. If that brother would have said, I'm creating a school for my people because I know the education system is garbage. So I create my own school so I can bring my people in and actually learn something. And if he would have said that, I would have been on board. But not try to drag this too far along. What I'm getting at is, ladies and gentlemen, for all my brothers and sisters that says self-reliance is the way for Black people to beat white supremacy, that's an overrated talking point. Just because you making a great business out of drop shipping does not mean that it's going to translate for my world. And it even goes further than that. Why aren't you spreading the resources with your people? Why are you offering a job, or at least create a job for our people to come and help you out, to help us become better? Or why are you not doing no workshops or seminars to help us with a drop shipping business? And I'm not talking about the seminars and workshops where they got to pay neither. But then again, I don't want you to offer your services for free. But if you're willing to help out the people, you should invest in organizations or programs. Or at least move or at least branch your business out to that community. But who knows? I'm just a brother that has a show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and all those other channels, I guess. So I said what I said. Self-reliance is overrated, and it's not going to help us Black folks to get any better than what we are now. And now I'm freaking thinking about the island because I saw Beast was still when he saw the week that he did this, and then Bill said that he's going to be on the other side. So I know after they done smoking all that weed and everything, they going on the barbecue side. That's probably where Cheech is going to be with those Detroit style ribs. But I'm going too far. Let's go ahead and get into the show. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I yield the floor. Once again, we'd like to thank Sky Zone Society for sponsoring this show. You get all their items and candles and video photography, photo photography, as well as the strolls at the bottom. Now, Beast, I want you to explain what's been going on with Sky Zone because y'all Instagram just been popping.
Well, just making moves, man. Just when you set yourself up for I guess the easy way I can explain what Sky Zone is doing is the difference between self-reliancy, what you were speaking on, and self-sustainability, which is really where people want to be and is the logical progression. Because self-reliancy is off grid. You are completely relying on yourself to do everything. That means your home, everything is done on you. If you live in society, you cannot be self-reliant because you have to rely on other individuals, other entities. You got to rely on the light company, and you got to rely on the person they send out there to hook up your lights. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
No matter how so that's why I agree with you. Self-reliancy amongst society, no, it does not work. What you want is self-sustainability. You want to take all your accessible skills, all your accessible adept knowledge, all your marketable, sustainable knowledge, and put that to good use, not to just sustain your own personal life and those within your personal life, but those that you bring in. So like with Sky Zone, not only do they do, he set himself up to have a clientele, not just for videography, not just for photo shoots, not just musicians that want videos, not just weddings that the people want something done. You also you got merchandise. You want some clothing. You also now you branching off into more knick-knack apparel and haberdashery. With your candles. You're finding multiple ways to sustain yourself while not relying on outside forces. Yes, you are being self-reliant, but you still have to work with other people. You can't do all this shit by yourself. You can't make the business, make the ingredients to make the product, and personally ship and deliver by on yourself. That's what being self-reliant is. You can't claim you're self-reliant and you're on someone else's technological site using someone else's internet to broadcast it. That's an oxymoron in itself when you really sit there and think about it. Or in my case, you really want to be a dick about it. It just show how flawed your logic is. No, you need to be self-sustainable. But being self-sustainable, you're also working with others. You're collaborating. You're bartering. You're setting up whatever kind of system you need to get what you need to get done. How are we sustainable? Sky Zone does videos. Sky Zone is also the owner, is also an artist and musician himself. On top of being a podcaster, on top of doing films. Hey, I need you help with my show. All right, bet. No problem. Shoot, you just threw me on the track anyway. All right, well, shit. Instead of paying you, I shoot one of the videos for your project for the love. Bet. See how we're both sustaining and we're both benefiting, but neither one of us is truly relying on the other. That's just what a little bit the Sky Zone does. But also just the difference between fucking being self-reliant and self-sustainable. So black people, what I'm saying is, you want your little chocolate cities, you want the majority control, then you need to get your head out your ass, put your pride to the side, stop all forms of religion, because religion is flawed because it's set by man. So don't bring no religion into it. Whatever they can do that benefits and necessitates or facilitates what you do, y'all work with each other. and then y'all build and y'all bring in. That's how the Amish do it. That's how the Orthodox Hasidic Jews do it. And they have full fucking towns
Yes, they do.
where
Yes, they
they
do.
don't eat off the government, and the government can't fuck with them. Why? Because they offer something that the government needs. So it's a scratch. Hey, you scratch my left shoulder, I scratch your middle of your back.
And I just had to scratch my damn back. But yeah, but Beast, I mean, you put it on the head on what I was really going for. You just took it another like 10 miles down the road. Yes. The thing is for me, just hearing your example of it is just the icing on the cake. Because when you hear self, that's just you. That's just you. Because that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. It's just like self-serving ice cream. And you're expecting the
Mm-hmm.
freaking waitress to freaking give you the ice cream. She looking at she's over there doing her work. You looking like, are you gonna give me the ice cream? And she gonna be like, you read the sign? Yeah,
Self-serve.
self-serving.
It's like with
Yeah,
gas.
right.
They're way, hey, so some of y'all are too young to remember this, but there once was a time when you got your ass didn't have to get out your car
Nope. You
unless
got
you
some
was
states that
going
still do
in
that.
there to grab something.
Mm-hmm.
Ask some of your OG uncles and aunties. I've met some old white folk that have told me some hilarious stories about the fact that they missed the good old days of full service, meaning you pull up, ding, 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 and some motherfucker hop out. What you need?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Give me $12 of gas. Look up under the hood, check my oil. If my oil low, go ahead and give me about a quart and
Mm-hmm.
a half. See how my tires looking. Go ahead, fluff them bitches up real quick, and y'all got some beef jerky in there?
Yep. You got Coke?
All right, that was old school. Yeah, but that's the difference between full service and self serve.
Self.
Get
And the
your ass
crazy
out there, pump your own goddamn gas, go in there, see what the fuck they got, grab it your goddamn self.
And the crazy thing is, you got some states that still do that. Like in Kentucky, there's like this one gas station where they just because the kids when school's out, summer job. That's an easy, even though minimum wage is horrible in Kentucky. I mean, they make tips off that shit if they wanted to, where they go
Yeah,
out there and be like, "Hey, what gas
jobs
you
like
want?"
that ain't
They still get a little raise.
it ain't really about a steady paycheck. That's a summer job. You 14, 15 years old, full service gas attendant.
Mm-hmm.
It's better than waiting tables,
Yeah,
and you're
I
actually
mean,
getting a lot more knowledge for your functional life.
right, and not to mention, only thing you're doing is when a car comes up, hey sir, hey ma'am, what gas you want? What can I do for you? Basically, what can I do for you? And go
Mhm.
along lines of what you were saying. Hey, I want some Skittles. I want a Coke. Y'all got hot dogs up in there. Could you check my oil, see how it is? I mean, and majority of the time it's just, hey, just fill her up. Here's my card. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, just that simple. But like I was saying, you put it when you said you can't be self-reliant in society, and Beast, that
You
was my
can't.
biggest point. It's my biggest
You
point
can't.
because you got a lot of people out here still, and it's not only just talking about people, but people in general that thinks that you too. Because like right now, I don't think you heard about this story. You ever heard of the Fresh and Fit podcast?
Yeah. I've been keeping up on their ignorance
Yeah.
and
So
the
they
falsities of social media with them.
Yeah. So they're going through an issue right now because they don't like people taking their content and doing reaction videos, which honestly, we could be for real, that's YouTube's backbone with reaction videos to the million
No,
viewers to the
that's YouTube
100.
101. That's how
Yeah,
you get in.
right. And so they're sending out copyright strikes to all these platformers, even the ones like us. you know,
Nah,
hey,
it's deeper. There's a deeper reason behind that. The reasoning behind that in their particular case is due to their content and the way that they present their content, not only online but in real life, as a form of branding. And that's how motherfuckers get away with bullshit, with the bullshit that they do online. It's a part of my brand. So the way I act online is the way I have to act out in the real world, because it's part of my brand. So when it comes to them, all the shit that they promote, and it's not, the truth is coming out. Yeah. And it's more in the case of the dark skin one. A lot of stuff that he's been saying, that really started, it was another similar duo podcasters that they had on there, spoke, they ended up having words, but the darky, the taller one, started getting slick mouth and bringing people wives and heritage. And I tell everybody, as a man, there's certain lines you don't cross unless you built for it. If you ain't built to kill a man, don't speak on a man's family. Don't speak on nothing other than that man. If you ain't willing to take that man down and watch the life go out from his eyes and take his last breath, don't go speak on nothing else besides that man. Because once you cross that line, the devil himself could be on the other fucking end and you wouldn't know. Don't put yourself in that position. So when the dude responded and was like, hey, I'm going to be in your state in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
We going to buy. Since you won't speak on my wife, since you won't speak on my bloodline being Haitian, I'm bringing my ass down there. I ain't got I got a reason to be down there anyway. Like, I got business to take care of anyway. So while I'm down there, I'm coming your way. We gonna get up in the gym and we gonna shoot the fade, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, respectfully, we gonna shoot it in the most respectfully, gentlemanly, as respectfully and gentlemanly, old school colonial as he could. He told this man, "You and me got to see it. You got to run this fade, motherfucker."
Yeah. I mean,
ain't no running, ain't no on site. When I see you, no bitch. I'm gonna be in your area. I'm gonna come find you. We gonna go to a respectful area and we gonna shoot this fucking fade. But it's gonna happen. Yeah,
and the crazy thing is, that dude, I'm talking about, I think he's Fresh CEO. He called him that stupid ass name. The thing is, he should understand. Yeah, he should understand. Miami got a very big Haitian population that people don't talk about. They got their own community.
Well, no, they talk about it. It's just only so much you can publicly say.
Right.
No, for medical purposes.
So, hearing that, imagine if somebody from the Haitian community heard that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody did, because they. Yeah. No, somebody did, because as soon as old boy dropped that response, he got. Look, we so sorry. We understand as men, and you get on here. You get caught up in.
Yeah.
We apologize. Basically, we fucked up. We ain't about that life, so we sorry. We sorry. Mm-hmm. We sorry.
Because the thing is, I realized a lot of hip hop stars, when they go into Miami, you gotta visit the Haitian part of town. It's like,
not necessarily visit. It's just like the Haitians down in Florida, kind of like the niggas up here in North Carolina when it comes to hip hop in particular.
Yes,
was like you gotta know the area you going to first and foremost.
Yeah, you got to get.
And if you don't have
somebody,
a liaison there or a representative to give you that good debriefing, get your money and get the fuck on. Because you say you do something the wrong way, Them niggas don't give a shit.
No, and see that's the crazy thing. And that's why I brought that up. That you ain't lying.
The fact that you got 5'6'7", 350-pound bodyguards around you at that moment, that's not a deterrent. Bitch, that's a challenge.
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
Hey, my nigga, I bet you I can knock at least 2 of them niggas out. 2. Nigga, you weak as hell, nigga. I guarantee you I can get 3 of them. Give me that one. Give me that big bearded motherfucker right there. Nah, in fact, $100 say I punch a square in his fucking jaw, he gonna drop. Yeah. Florida Haitians and North Carolina niggas are like that. These are the conversations they have. If you don't believe me, go find your greatest, most iconic rapper that you love and ask them a story about North Carolina. Every last one of them that said it. North Carolina and Florida, they crazy as hell. Them motherfuckers will fight you. It's all love. It's all love until we feel like you ain't giving no love. Then it's hell.
I'm telling you. So the reason why I bring that up is because, like you said, because it's funny. You mentioned that, they got wind of it, and that's why he got a gun, and that's when he went on that apology tour. Like, oh man, I'm sorry. Because first of all, when you that too. He just why would you record yourself?
Yeah, like I said, it's part of the branding. But like I said, when you run your mouth, you put yourself in a position to have people pay more attention to you because you're running your mouth, so your voice is more heard above everybody else. Not only are we looking at you, but now we're looking at your life and really paying attention to the things you're saying. Mm-hmm. That's why they're in the situation they're in now, because now everybody knows you're a simp. Like you're a suburban kid, came into some money, part of a little trust fund, baby. You out there trying to live your mogul life and paying for it. Like it's funny you brought them up because the most recent situation was the dark skinned one bringing his quote unquote girlfriend. Yeah, he brought his girlfriend on to the show, and in the midst of the show, everybody realized, nigga, she a sugar baby.
You tricking about DJ
you tricking.
Academics. Yeah,
you tricking over here.
Yeah, I mean, they had to prove. They had to prove. It was like, I looked her up. She is on the freaking Sugar Daddy website. She just
that was after the show. That was after the show because like they tried to play it off and then gave it about a week, and it's like, oh yeah, we broke up, or we're not together anymore.
Yeah,
but she already out there saying, I want me a new one.
Yeah.
Well, as you listen to the scenario of how they met, it's like, really?
Right. And the cold thing
anybody is, see what I see? Yeah. And you hearing what I'm hearing, right? They've been together for a month, but they met on a party yacht that she was invited to. So you got to listen to the words now. Got to take you back to language arts.
Invited.
And y'all, but y'all so in love and enthralled with each other as if y'all been together for the minimum 6 to 8 months. Smell that, rabbit? Mm-hmm. Bullshit.
Mm-hmm. A whole lot of it. Doesn't matter if it comes from a horse. Doesn't matter if it comes from a rabbit. It's shit. Straight up shit.
Dude.
But here's the crazy thing with us talking about them and saying this, that is not even their channel. And that's the thing I'm saying. And that's the thing that you hit
But
home.
that goes back to the point of the cease and desist. Anybody that does cease and desist on YouTube or social medias is because ridiculous. You done got caught up in some shit, or your content that you purposely downloaded, like people that get embarrassed in videos that they recorded and then decide, I'm still going to upload it.
Yeah.
Now we're looking at it and we see what you thought wasn't nobody gonna see. How fucking stupid were you to think wasn't nobody gonna see that?
It's
But
crazy, man.
now it's brought up. Now you want to stop people from reacting to it because to react to it means to give your personal take on it.
Right. And
Your
the
vantage point from that point.
right. Because what they
No.
say, because like what they say, when it's on the internet, it's there forever. And here's the sad thing. And the
Forever,
sad thing
ever,
is,
forever, ever.
ever. And the sad thing is, YouTube basically owns all that shit. You can copyright all that stuff all you want to. Like we said, you cannot be self-reliant in society. Ain't that right, dog? It's like
that's right.
You on the. I put it like this: it's like being on the stage of the Apollo, and everybody remember watching the Apollo. And you always have that one person that wins week after week after week. And now all of a sudden this person starts to call the shots. Apollo can be like, look here, man, we made you. You came on this stage, our stage. Let's say that again, our stage, our audience. They may like you. And this happened in wrestling all the time. People don't understand that. When you got a wrestler that gets pushed and then they start to get big-headed, you don't think Vince McMahon or Tony Khan for AEW going to bring you down a few pegs, or the powers that be, or that one person like in WWE they had the Undertaker. AEW they probably got like somebody like Chris Jericho or Dusty Rhodes.
We call them locker room leaders.
Right. That will bring you in. Remember with Shawn Michaels? Remember what Undertaker was like? Because Shawn Michaels was going to give up. Yeah.
Respectfully, one of the greatest performers of all time. But as a businessman, fuck that motherfucker. Oh, he did. Me and him he had to see me. He had to see me in the ring. I'm gonna make an angle out of that. The bullshit he was doing, nah, bro. I'm on some Matt Hardy shit. I'm popping up at the damn pay-per-view. I'm jumping in the ring. I'm gonna hit you with your own goddamn move. I'm gonna make Vince make some money off of it.
Look, I say this. I remember Dancing with Shadows. I remember watching that whole entire documentary. And then when I first saw it when I was small, I didn't get it. But then as I got older and I saw Dark Side of the Ring, I think it was the very first episode, and I saw that, I was like, because I remember I was watching shoots on other wrestlers just dogging Bret Hitman Hart. I'm like, damn, y'all really come at Bret like that? Like, shit. And then I saw Dark Side of the Ring, and I had respect for Bret Hitman Hart. Bret Hitman Hart was one of my favorite wrestlers back in the day, but he made me gain so much more respect for him seeing that Dark Side of the Ring. And I finally put that documentary and that Dark Side of the Ring together. I was like, oh shit. Like,
shit making sense now.
I was sitting there like, and Mayo just messaged, he said Bret was my dude. Come on, Mayo. And it just made me just gain so much respect for him. But one of the stories was about Undertaker coming in, stepping in, because think about it. Undertaker, just as the Godfather, people don't understand Godfather went through like 2-3 different freaking character changes. We know him from the Godfather, but if you knew wrestling back in the day, he was Karma, he was the Papa Shango.
He was before he was Karma, before he was Papa Shango. He was also the ninja.
Oh yes, yeah, you're right.
He was also a Samoan.
Mm-hmm.
He was a tag. All before he became the Godfather. Hold on. I forgot. Oh, you gotta do Kama twice because he was Kama, the UFC fighter, and then he was Kama, the nation of domination.
Yeah, and then he also was that censorship too, which I thought was pretty clever. I was like,
it was clever, but we don't speak on that. We don't.
Yeah.
No. The Good Father. The Good Father. That just sounds weird. Yeah. Sounds cultish, very pedo.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that.
but we're going on with the story because I remember and everybody be quiet. Let me hopefully they connected. Once you get connected, I'm put them on. But my thing is when Shawn Michaels didn't want to give up the belt to Bret, Undertaker took it upon himself to be like, hey, they said that he brought Shawn Michaels into a room. He was like, look, he was putting on, Undertaker put on his little boxing gloves that he had on to the latter part of his career.
It's gonna happen one
and
way
he was
or the
like,
other.
And Undertaker was like, look, you gonna give up that belt. Well, I'm gonna have to put these paws on you, even though I'm paraphrasing. I'm saying what Little Scrap would say. Little Scrap said, I'm put them paws on you. And Undertaker was not bullshit. And Shawn Michaels finally got it. He was like, I guess I'm going to give up the belt. And see, that's the thing. Shawn Michaels was the champion. Vince didn't have to say anything because he was like, you know what? I'm going to let them handle it for themselves because I know Undertaker got my best bet in hand. And he's like, I know Undertaker will take care of it. You know? And it also
the man gonna do what's best for the company.
Right. And
overall.
It also relates, and then kind of relates to the topic, which we didn't barely even talk about today, which I don't even care. With the gangs. Sometimes the gang leader don't have to do anything. If he knows something is effed up with the group, he know one of his leaders, one of his right-hand men or women is going to handle that. When you think somebody's getting too big for their
sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better and more beneficial in the long run.
Right.
Kind of like I think like the situation with me in my job, I'm a supervisor or like I'm a lead or whatever. It's better if I come to you as my employee temp and let you know what's going on and handle it versus my boss or their boss coming in. It's going to help everyone because if they come in, they're just going to be very blunt and short with it, and it might inadvertently fuck all of us up. And I don't want that to happen. That's kind of like what Undertaker was on. Like, it's better if you listen to him, and if you don't listen to him, I got to beat your ass for the sanctity and brotherhood of the locker room. Because if I don't beat your ass, somebody else going to cripple you. So it's better you just listen to Vince, or it's just better if I whoop your ass. I mean,
right, and then also you got to think about the bottom line too, because you will have somebody. Because if that didn't get addressed, another young superstar would have done the same thing too. And not only Shawn Michaels would have had that whole entire locker room rampant, which he did. Somebody else, a young star, would have saw that, and they would think, "Oh, that's the right thing to do." So bringing this all together, even with Fresh and Fit, that's not their channel because YouTube is the one they got the servers. They're the ones that got the sponsor money. They're the ones that actually put it, they got the domain name that make all this stuff happen. So and this is why I don't feel bad when people get taken off of social media and people complain. We talked about Mr. Farrakhan being taken off of Facebook and all that stuff. At that time, I had an issue with it, but then coming to now, I don't have an issue with it. The reason why, that is Mike Zuckerberg's platform. That's his baby. Just like Twitter, just like YouTube. It is belong to somebody else, aka white supremacy. You can't sit there and say, "Man, I built this child for da da da." You got people with the
Whitey Duvall,
right? You got people with 1 million subscribers, and how much they're making? What, close to 300,000 a month?
Yeah.
If I got 1 million subscribers, I'm expected to be breaking in the bacon. Not just breaking in like 3. Get these small little packs. I'm thinking about Costco size bacon, not this bacon that I only get at the freaking shopping mart. Just one. You got 1 million subscribers. And this is why it's so important for YouTubers to get sponsorship. But even without the sponsorship, you expect when you got a million freaking subscribers or get at least a million views, you get paid like you got a million subscribers and a million views. You feel me? What I'm saying is, to hit this home, they can take you off. It's not yours. So when you say that you be self-reliant in a society where you have to have people to help you out, that you have to trust certain people, and this includes the government, if they feel fit, if they feel fit to kick your ass to the curb, guess what? You get your ass kicked to the curb. Because 1 minute the government could say, "Hey, you can have a lawn service. You can start your own lawn service." And next minute, you got a congressman that comes up in there and just come up with this stupid ass bill and gets passed stating that, oh, you can't cut people's grass no more. People are required to cut grass, or they put some type of lingo into it, which stops your business and stops your cash flow. Mm-hmm. It can happen like that, ladies and gentlemen. It can happen. That's all I'm saying when y'all say
it does happen. It does happen. People don't understand. People use words so frivolously, so loosely, and self is one of the biggest ones. When you add self to anything, you are saying that self, the individual, you, the speaker of that word and term, your presence, your entity, your very existence supersedes everything else in this world. To say I am self-reliant means I do not acknowledge, accept, adhere to any outside force for my survival and sustainability in life. That's why I made mention of folk that go off grid. They went out into the motherfucking deep forest, found a nice level land, and built their house, built their own plumbing, found some kind of way to get some form of electricity out there. Mm-hmm. They do the very bare minimum of societal self-reliance, because their form of society, they will go get whatever tools that are found in society that they can purchase to bring back off grid to help keep them truly self-reliant. Other than taking their ass out back to the city to go to Walmart to get a generator and Lowe's to get some tools so they could do the upkeep and the maintenance. Once they got that shit back out there, you ain't gonna see them out. You ain't gonna see them again in society for years, maybe decades. If they do it right, it'll be decades.
Decades
before in between their visits with society.
Right, you will see them like once in a while. Yeah, once in a while.
Once in a while is like the town crackhead, the town drunk. That's once in a while. Them off grid, them truly self-reliant folk. Listen, you see them once. That's where you gotta go old school. You gotta see them once in the blue moon, once in the coon's age.
Yeah.
When you gotta say old random ass cryptic sayings, that's applying to these folk. Because it's literally been, oh damn, I was a little kid. I was 12 years old when I saw this dude. And the only reason I remember is because he still wear the same fucking coat. I'm 28 years old, the father of 3.
And the crazy thing is, that is usually with like retired military. Like I go back to like a Rambo, and then like, Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
True alphas or like true social introverts. Those type of folk that do that. But like I say, that's what, when it comes to self-reliance, self-sustainability, that's kind of the nice balance. I'm going to sustain myself with as much of my, essence and effort.
Yeah,
And it's basically I will rely on the outside forces with the minimal of effort and possibilities. I live in society, so I have to rely on the government just because I live in society.
Yeah.
But I make sure to work for myself, take care of myself, fund myself. So that's more self-sustainability.
Yeah, and so when you talk about off the grid, then yes, I agree with self-reliance all the way. But when we talk about society and we think that all these channels, even on Facebook, people think that's my profile. Why Facebook doing this? Because they can. But if you create your own social media, you create your own version of YouTube, like what we're doing with the Wet Network, you wouldn't have to worry about it. You would
and even what we're
have to
doing
worry about it.
is still considered self-sustainable.
Yeah.
We're setting apart, but once again, we're still using someone else's internet, someone else's fiber optic system and wires and signals in order to broadcast it. So you ain't self-reliant until you're doing it 100% dolo solo.
Mm-hmm.
So so for you self-reliant folk out there, build your own internet, build your own broadcast towers and possible satellites in order to get the true global parallel comparison of the internet. Build your own social media streaming site or just streaming site in order to promote your self-reliance. And then whatever the fuck you say will truly be self-reliant. Yeah, we saw you on Facebook, but this wasn't filmed and uploaded to Facebook, to Instagram, to Twitter. This was forwarded through them. And the original came from some offshoot that's not even associated with what we as society calls the internet. Then, yes, motherfucker, you are self-reliant.
Yeah, but you see all the
you
work
can talk
that
your
Beast
shit.
was saying, right? And you see
and you
all
can
the
talk
work that
your
Beast
shit,
right? But you see all the work what Beast was saying to get to that point. That's a lot of damn work for you to be self-reliant. I would take my chances on being self-reliant and going off the grid than that. But with us doing the Wet Network and reaching the success that we know it will become,
because it's sustainable, baby.
Yeah, just like that. But let's talk about the Wet Network for a little bit. I try not to make this show a little bit too long because I got an engagement that I got to do. So now with the Wet, oh, here we go.
Because we talking about money, so it's perfect. It's perfect timing. We talking about money.
Perfect. It is perfect, ladies and gentlemen. Man that never sleeps, including the money. Ladies and gentlemen, Mayo.
In the remember, I was singing that song earlier. That was that echo. That was that bird calling in the hood. Oh, oh.
Mayo, what's up, man? What's up? You was having some technical issues, but you finally got it.
Yeah. I guess all I do is just reload my Chrome. So I had to I guess what it called update it. So I had to update my Chrome. What's going on here? So,
look. Now that money was treating him like a needy, clingy, toxic bitch. Like, no, come to me, baby. I gotta go talk to the niggas real quick. Gotta spit the game to the world. What you need me? What you want? That money, boy, I tell you now. She mean temptress, ain't she?
So Mayo, so I'm gonna ask the question to you, and we're not even talking about the topic today. I think this is one of the few shows where we're not even talking about the topic, but what do you think? When you hear somebody say that they're self-reliant, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Ooh, self-reliable. I mean, That means that you don't need no help from anybody. You know what I mean? Really, it takes a while to ever get there. And I don't know if anybody can actually be there because in life, the biggest asset we have is each other, is people. And when I spoke at schools or when I spoke to youth, I always tell them I never burn bridges because the biggest asset you can have in life is each other, is people. So when you say self-life, anybody. I mean, some people get there unless you got billions and billions. I mean, so you can buy your way through things, but at some point, what you're buying is people servicing you anyway. So nobody can ever really be self-reliable, to the point where you do everything yourself. Everything? Who really is that? They can do everything themselves. You pave your own way. The road you drive on every day. And I know I take things literally. So I'm the kind of person that I don't know if it's Gemini thing, or whatever. But I think if somebody says anything to me, I take it literally. Like you said this, okay, I'm gonna hold you up to this. Now, if you said this, so when somebody says, I do, and I overdo that sometimes. So for me, when you said that question, I'm going to the extreme, saying that self-reliable is impossible in the totality of what it means. But in the grand scheme of things, being I could buy things myself, I can take care of myself. On that level it is because of course you can pay for the services. So
Yeah. You shake
No,
your head.
it's funny you brought up, because he brought up a good point though. When we talking about like your riches, you got folk think that if I get like Bill Gates or Bezos or Elon Musk, then I'm truly self-reliant. No, you're not.
no, you cannot.
No, you're not. You're the most dependent of us all because you have accumulated so much money, so much assets that it is physically impossible and chronologically retarded for you to think that you could actually keep an eye on all that.
What?
Yeah.
You got a cap when you look when the NBA, when you get the NBA Hollywood money, you get an accountant, you get a lawyer or a couple lawyers. You're dependent on them to make sure the money I got, I always got, and the money you tell me I got, I really got.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever I need to pay for is being paid for. I'm relying on you to do that. I'm relying on these lawyers to handle any litigious issues that might happen from the money man or anybody else. I said earlier, you cannot live in society and be self-reliant. It is, and like you said, it is impossible.
Yeah. What?
But just to add your point, no matter how rich you are, no matter how poor you are, if you live in society, you will always have to rely on something or someone outside your own personal existence.
Right. If you're talking about literal, like you're taking the word literal, it's impossible.
No.
I mean, animals.
No. We're being honest though. By taking it literal, you can look at every facet. Because what animals, you said earlier, plants, most people think that if I got the money, like I said, like you said earlier, if I got this money, most folk would agree. If I got billions and billions and trillions of dollars, I'm good. I'm self-reliant. No matter how I came about them, I'm self-reliant. No, because you still got all this stuff, all this money. You can't keep your eye on that,
right?
And not enjoy your life.
So what we're saying is, and mainly me, because I've been saying it for a while on this show. We're not saying for those who believe that you're self-reliant. I'm talking to you folks. We're not saying that you didn't do it your way. We're not saying that. What we are saying is you needed help. You needed people, even for the product itself, for people to believe in it. So let's go back to, let's use Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos had a product, a service that now he makes literally hand over fist with now. He's coming close to becoming the first trillionaire in the world. Like who done that before?
Bill Gates let it happen too.
Right. And yeah, Bill Gates, he's not too far behind.
No, he
You
let it
got
happen. Like,
oh,
that's what I'm tripping over.
yeah.
Bill let
But
that
see,
happen.
but here's the thing. He can't say that he's self-reliant because he still relies on definitely his headquarters here in Seattle. He relies on that headquarters and all his distribution factories. And before I continue speaking of the Amazon distribution companies, not companies, but like distribution buildings and plants, my heart goes out to those in Kentucky with the 50 people that lost their lives. And I believe that they're still going through the debris. So my heart goes out there to them. Hopefully, Jeff Bezos do something for those families. Not even just the families, but for all those employees that's basically going to be out of a job for now until that factory is rebuilt. That he do some compensation for them or what have you. But I want to extend my hearts out and blessings to those families affected. But
And while you're doing that, I want to make sure I echo the same sentiment. I went to school in Western Kentucky University in Bowling Green, Kentucky, which is one of the cities that got wrapped up by that. And I have not yet been able to, I mean, like I said, run around, keep in touch or ask folks, who all might have been affected, because I got to meet a lot of people from that town, locals, folks who went there, that went to school, BG High School, and went to Western. So I need to reach out to some folks over there and all that. But definitely, I mean, I'm here in 50 right now. I've not been watching the news that much lately. I only watch business news, and that's occasionally. So, but my condolences go to people as well.
Yeah. Same here, and that just popped my mind when he was mentioning Jeff Bezos. I was like, "Damn, I forgot about those folks that got affected over there." And Beast is crazy, man. But what we're saying is, when James Brown said, "Pay the cost to be the boss," he's right. But guess what? James Brown still needed a band.
Right.
He still needed an accountant. He still needed his accountant to do his job. I forgot. What was it? I think it was like a rap song or something like that. Or I just heard in an interview where he said you have to get an accountant.
That was Fat Joe.
Yeah,
That Fat Joe talking about how his accountant embezzled from him and ended up pretty much screwing him over to the IRS. Now the IRS is coming in with the feds like, "Hey, nigga, you owe us money." No, I don't. My accountant got this straight. Call up the accountant. Now the accountant sound like your broke crackhead uncle or cousin. See what happened? What happened was no.
And Master P, I think he's, for me, not trying to get off Jeff Bezos, Master P. That I'm gonna give that man
in the hood.
I'm gonna give this man his roses right now. I'm gonna give it to him. This man had a short period in the NBA, even though he had money before that. People think he got all his money from him being an NBA star, which it was.
Well, I thought it was more from rapping. So did he? I thought he was an NBA.
No. Y'all know where that nigga got his money from?
I forgot. I watched that BET story.
Insurance policy.
What came first? The rapping or the NBA?
No, actually the dope money. The dope money came first.
Oh,
but that came in line with the music. But honestly, and I seen it too. He actually got his start off insurance money.
Cause I forgot who passed away. He had
it was one of his grandparents. Yeah, one of his grandparents had died and left him some money, and he used that to pretty much start his whole empire.
He used
that for the dope and the music.
I think his father was in the military too, so that's how he got so structured. That's why he got the name like No Limit. It was from that.
Wow.
But the thing is, how Master P, he doesn't preach that self-reliance. He's basically like this. Look, I built the empire. Now I want to extend the hand to help out not only my community in New Orleans, but to help out anybody who wants to get help, with businesses and all that stuff. He even said that he don't even use an accountant for the example that Beast said. He said, you should be able to know where your money's going, know where it's coming from, all that. You should be managing
T-Pain
your
does the
money.
same with his videos. I found that out to be very interesting. Every video that this man has dropped, independent and label, he did it. He was like, he went and got the same editing software that they be using, learned how to use it. He might go pay somebody to film the video, but the final project that we see, he did. He'll go behind them and re-edit it to his liking before he releases it to the public. So what we see, editing wise, is his effort. The artist edited that video to make it look that way.
So I'm gonna throw the ball back to Mayo. So Mayo, with your businesses, do you have an account or you just manage it yourself?
Oh no, I gotta have an account. I mean, because I have. Yeah, I mean, I'm not on that level. Yeah, where I can relax and do some of the. I mean, I do some of the work myself. I do construction. I mean, so, and I do property investments. I look at the properties myself. I sign all the leases myself. Sorry, not the only, but I buy the house myself, property acquisition myself. If I'm selling, I do all that stuff myself. The closing is what I'm trying to get at. The closing and all the leases myself. And all in the other business where I do. Kind of hard money lending through construction, so to speak. I do it myself too, and yeah, I got at the stage I'm at. I got to do myself until I feel like I have a so to speak like a baby empire where I can hire somebody to manage my stuff for me. But yeah, right now I got to do it all myself.
You know what I think it is though. When he spoke about Master P saying he feels he doesn't require an accountant. What he's really promoting is trying to find the right wording for it. I guess it would be increasing one's self-knowledge.
He be saying a lot of that.
Self-determination.
The more knowledgeable.
Yes, that with a mixture of that.
No. You do have self-determination in there, but in the sense of I may have to rely to a certain degree on these other outside facets. But the more knowledgeable I am of these particular facets and the inner workings of it, the more confident I feel as just an overall man and human being. And the more comfortable and assured that I am that I won't have these situations or stories. Like in the case of the accountants, the more knowledgeable I am about my accounting, even with an accountant,
What?
if I am just as knowledgeable or at least competent of the practices, it is easy for me to ask certain questions. Mm-hmm. Or when it comes to paperwork, look for certain things that could be red flags to a seasoned or federal accountant.
Now, this is the same man that finesse. I forgot what the record label was. Universal or Sony?
Both of them. It was in scope.
He finessed the hell out of them because it was money that they didn't pay him. I think it was $20 million. So he started this other record label. It was a sub label to No Limit. And got $20 million. And I think it was who was the Chameleonaire who told the story because he was a newly signed artist under that label. And he was like, yo, where's my advance? And he was like, yo, don't talk to us. That's Master P label. You should be calling him. And he called Master P. Hey, Master P, it's an honor, but I'm wondering about the advance for my new album. And he was like, what money? I ain't giving you no advance. This is money that owe me.
Yeah, but that's how that hustle is. It's like that's Raekwon did the same thing. A lot of folks don't understand how, from a label standpoint, the Wu-Tang was able to do what they did. It's because when RZA got the deal signed, he said, I'll sign this deal and I'll get them to sign as a group. I'll sign on as a producer / artist / group member of the Wu-Tang. But I will only do that under the condition that we still are able to represent ourselves individually and collectively outside of the main mantra of Wu-Tang. So if anybody wants to do a solo project as a member of Wu-Tang, they can do it and they can go to another label. That's how you had like Meth and Red on Def Jam, but this nigga still signed over here to Sony through Wu-Tang. But then they signed over here to Rap a Lot and Tommy Boy and Koch. Like every member was signed to at least 2 or 3 different labels at one time and getting money from 2, 3 different labels at one time. Just because, all right, I'm gonna drop a solo album. Then we're gonna drop the group album. We'll drop the solo one in the scope. We'll drop the group on the Def Jam. All right, then Raekwon, what you doing? All right, you and Ghost drop a duo album. Y'all put that on Tommy Boy.
Talk about the umbrella of the Wu-Tang. Yeah, umbrella.
But that's sustainability. They use their skills. Yeah. They use their skills to get the most that they could out of it.
Now, I want to extend an apology to Mayo because I told him I would give him some buildings that are leased or for sale over here in the Seattle and Portland area.
Take your time,
but I was trying to take a picture. I was coming from a Mariners game, and we was walking to a nearby, I think it was a sushi bar or something like that, and there was a building perfectly parallel from this. Well, it's not CenturyLink no more. They changed the name to Lumen Field, where the Seahawks play.
Oh wow!
There's a perfect building right across from it, right across where it could be a bar, an office space. And I was trying to take a picture of it, but this freaking my phone right here, I had to get real close to get like a real good picture.
Your phone killed you that day, right?
Yeah, it failed me. I was like, oh, and I thought about it like, oh, I said, Mayo would love this. I said, Mayo would love this. I tried to take a picture, and it was night. It was dark time too. If it was in the daytime, it would be perfect. Yeah, I was so mad.
But depending on the size of the building, the front would definitely do some kind of social dining option just because it's that close.
Yeah.
To a field. Oh yeah, definitely know some light jazz, some 5 o'clock, happy hour shit.
Look, it's funny you mentioned light jazz. There was actually a barbecue place not too far from it because it used to be a overpass, but they knocked it down and made it into a tunnel. There was a barbecue. It was a barbecue place that played blues, and it was a cover band that was there. My girlfriend, she found it, and she was like, because we would just go to a seafood place. She was like, "Oh, baby, there's this place, a blues place." I'm like, "Really?" And they got a cover band. We're going. We went there. I talked to the freaking dude. He was a guy who was putting in the tickets, and he was in a wheelchair, and he was actually a veteran. Me and him was talking for a little bit. And me and him was talking about like the Delta Blues and where else they travel. We was talking about Memphis. I say I went to Memphis a couple times down there. And I said, y'all got a great blues scene down there. He's like, oh yeah. And I think he said he's from that area. And so we went there, and the place had great food. It had a Cajun feel to it because I got like this Creole style mac and cheese and catfish. Nice. Oh my gosh. And it had spice to it.
I ain't had much to eat all day, so don't do that to me.
I'm telling you that. Oh, it was so.
I'm good. Just all I taste is cheese and spices.
Yes, that's what it was.
Cheese, spices, and bacon bits right now.
And then that catfish that they had fried to perfection, and I think it had like cheese grits on the side or something like that. And I was like, let me go and try these cheese grits. And the cheese grits, and I'm not a grits guy.
That's what you have. That's what you eat with catfish.
Oh my god!
Catfish, cheese grits, side of liver pudding, and some corn fritters.
And the crazy thing is, the reason why I got it, not to mention it was smelling good, but everybody at that bar was getting it. And I was like, damn, this must have been, when you see somebody start to get the same order. You're like, okay, maybe this is the shit right here. So I decided,
Maybe
even
I'm
though
on to
we came
something right here.
right,
This is number one, huh?
and
Like, oh, this is
look,
number one. This is trademark.
and
Okay.
the crazy thing was before I got it. So and Beach, you know this. You take breaks during your sets. You do 3 songs, and you take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Even the cover band, before they went and switched to different clothes, his wife, I think one of the wives was like, went to the bartender like, "Hey, what's the best thing you got on this menu?" He picked that, and I was like, "Oh,
I
okay."
bet.
I said, I have what they're having. Everybody else down the bar is having. I got that.
I'll
Oh
have what
my
they're
god.
having.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, sir.
Even when they had their set, when their set was when their break was almost over, dude had to get another bite. He was like, "Oh, I'll be there in a minute." And his woman had to fish to his mouth like this when he about to go on stage. And I was laughing there. And I was like, "Damn, that must be some good ass fish."
Goddamn.
Yeah.
That's that guy run up there clean. I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Good.
That's basically what he did. And she was like, "This was the best." She said, "This is the best food that I had up here with the Southern twist, in a city."
Well,
He said, "This is the
as a
best." I
Southern
was
man, you
like,
definitely got me over here like my mouth salivating like, damn, that's.
but here's the sad thing. They
Mm.
closed the place down. They closed it down. And I was so mad because I was like, the first and last time I went to a place like that, I was like, all right, cool.
They
So
always
I'm
do that
thinking
with good soul food. I know they always do that shit with good soul places.
Because
they want to, they're not healthy. Bitch, ain't nothing healthy about soul food.
And then the bartender,
it's disgusting food made in disgusting ways that just taste delicious. It's what black people do. We take the bullshit y'all give us, we flip it, and ask for spices. We ask for spices and make this shit beautiful. Make this shit scrumptious.
And the crazy thing is the bartender, he was like our second, because I asked him too. I said, what else is good up on here? He said, well, our chicken wings is good. We use a bourbon-based sauce, barbecue sauce. I'm like, oh.
Nigga,
I said, hold on.
Had me at bourbon.
Yeah. So
you had me at bourbon.
So you have all that, and you can just finish that with appetizer, or maybe dessert with cheddar boy popcorn. Right?
No, cheddar boy popcorn. I need to go. I need to check them out.
Yeah.
Cheddar boy is after your body done passed all that, and the itis, and you need a refill. Like the itis didn't hit you. You done had your fat man sweats or focal glances. You got to hit this moment right here. Mm-hmm. Oh Jesus!
But so I looked. So when I found out that they were closed, your mind goes off like, all right, cool. They building a tunnel. They take it down the overpass. They probably just told them to move or paid them off to like, hey, move somewhere in the city. Nope. They were closed for good. And they even had a notice. They even had a little note, because I found their website. It was like, thank you for the years. It's been great, but fortunately we have to move because we have to close because of construction and all that stuff. We don't got enough to afford to keep up with the ever-growing housing market here in Seattle. I was like, man. I was like, no. So when we first wanted to advertise your restaurant, I started thinking about that restaurant. I was like, man. And then now thinking about the building across from the freaking stadium, that's perfect. I would be perfect if you bring something like that over here, because obviously on the strip next to it, you got apartments. And then you got bars. The bars where you get to hang out. They do got office buildings, but that's about it. Because, all right, so this is the stadium right here. So the stadium and the freaking ballpark is right there next to each other, And so on the other side, you got apartments and the line of bars. which is not that many bars. And then also across from it, they got one of the news networks right there. And then on the other side, it's the highway and the exit to the interstate. And that building right there is like smack dab kind of in the middle. And I was like, man, Mayo will be making a killing over there. You know what? I got to go over there.
Random idea for you, Mayo. Random idea for you, Mayo. A service in an area like that an adult bar, kind of like a Dave and Buster's, but the games are actually there for the kids. Pretty much a bar that you could go to, especially after the games. You know, y'all took your kids or whatever, but somewhere if you wanted to go out after you got the kids with you, y'all doing after the game, you can go over there, have you a nice light drink, nothing too heavy, something that you could have, something light enough where you could toss back 3 of them and still pass a breathalyzer going home. For those overindulgent individuals, but the main catch would be you can go down there, be grown, wind down, either in the back or upstairs. You got the shit for the kids. You have a whole area for the kids, and you have every other monitor or every other TV would be the video stream of the kids. So you know exactly what the fuck going on. While you sitting here looking at the game, tossing back your third one, look over to the left. All right, that little nigga still playing Fortnite. All right, cool.
So I'm gonna see if I can show you.
That's not a bad idea. You know, you gotta crunch the numbers and see how we're gonna make money out of that. But
right.
Oh,
I'm seeing.
I
know
it's gonna be trying. People will come. I mean, you just gotta. You know.
Look, what he's saying is when people say we gotta crunch the numbers. I like this idea. This idea could work. What's the minimum maximum we could charge these niggas that they won't get mad?
Well, that is part of crunching numbers. Crunch
the numbers.
How much you gonna put into it? How much you gonna get out of
it? So just to give you context, I'm gonna go ahead and share the screen with you. Hold on, let me go ahead and share it real quick. Hold on. Screen share. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a random show. I'm about to change the topic of this thing, but that's how we roll.
It's random, but it all ties in. We're talking about self-reliance and self-sustainability. We're also showing how 3 of the key members, as well as the fellow members of the web network, operate. We bounce ideas off each other.
Yeah, this is Seattle. This is downtown Seattle.
I didn't know they had the stadium like the Cowboy Stadium now. I mean, I know everybody's following that format, but
this don't shut. They just got this up here for formalities.
Okay, I got you.
So this is the only one that's a retractable roof, but I don't think they ever played with the roof on. So what I was talking about is, so it was a Mariners game. It was actually Mariners trying to survive in the playoffs, and we walked along here. So along here is the bars, and then you got the news network right here, and we walked along this area. So along this area right here would be apartments, and then you got bars right here. It was in this area right here.
What's your pointer? I can't see a pointer, but go ahead.
Oh, you can't see my pointer? Oh, shoot. Yeah. Y'all can't. Shit. All right, so goddamn.
So just like I guess left, right, you gotta do the left, right.
All right, so
top left corner.
Yeah. So the top right corner, where you see one of the buildings where how can I explain this? At the end of the stadium. Yeah, the red brick. Yeah. Right there, red around that area. Top. Yeah. Around that area, there was a building. Oh shit, that is the building. Not the brick building, but the one before it. The one that looked like got a hole at the top.
Yeah, I see it now.
On the back end.
Yeah,
on the back end, top right. Yeah.
Back end, top
right.
Yeah,
I see you talking about.
That right there is the building that was either for sale or for lease.
Oh,
And the great thing about this area is, it's a busy street and all that. I think the only downside is it has no parking. I think that's the only downside, but it's a perfect spot to where you got a lot, because where that's at is near another one of the entrance to the stadium.
That's dope. As a matter of fact, and next time, if you see anything like that, it's for sale for lease and it's downtown in a high traffic area, shoot me a text, and
yes,
shoot me a text. Because I'm in advertising as well. I don't know if I told you. So I'm in.
Okay.
Looking at that building, just something like that. Look like a pretty nice sized building, couple floors, couple stories.
Oh yeah, I think it's 3 or 4 story, not too.
Yeah. Big. But big enough to do what's running through my head, because I'm on my money mail right now. I'm like, yeah, you can do the bar in the front, but also since it's a high traffic area, you also correlate with the game. Offer a locker storage system like you would find at a bus station.
I got a better picture. Hold on, I'm gonna take this one off. I got a way better picture. I'm gonna have.
You feel what I'm saying, Mayo?
No, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Like that. Yeah. You could just use like the back wall and just get like one section, a couple wall lined up with some lockers.
What?
All right, this is
small for you to stash some shit, especially for folk like us that like to pregame and party while we drive.
What?
All right.
Well, we can't take everything with us.
That's a good thing.
This is a way better picture right here. So
now I see the cluster now.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. So exactly about how big I thought it'd be.
So I remember we was walking. Now, if you follow that street, you see where those trucks and cars are at.
What?
Yeah.
If you just continue on to the left, that's when we left out the stadium. And we continue on walking, and I think we cut. So coming to the end where the trees are, with the end of the trees.
What?
At the end of the stadium, we made a left.
Yeah.
We walked down that little ways, and then we made another left in front of that building. That's the
right
building.
There.
I believe that is that the building. Hold on, no. Let's see. You gotta walk a little ways.
Yeah, it looked about right from the previous angle.
Oh, there it is. You see Hughes Sale?
What?
That's the first one.
So that's not attached or extend? It's not
attached to the stadium.
It's not part of the stadium.
Adjacent.
No. No, it's adjacent to it. It's right across from the stadium.
Wow.
Right across. I remember that because I remember it was that's a turning lane for people to get closer to the stadium, and not to mention, Mel, you right there where the parking is to the stadium.
Right.
So you can actually ask the stadium you want to use their parking and all that stuff. And then again, I could be lying. I think it was some places where they could park.
I mean, look at
I was gonna say, shoot, they got some parking in parkable area at that building. Shit. I talked to them like, hey, we cut a deal. Y'all need some overflow. Come over here. Shoot me a discount on some shit I need from y'all.
And just how I said, yeah, it's a 4-story, just about 3-story. I think it looks like a 3-story right here.
Really? Wow.
So yeah, you can do a bar.
Building, yeah.
You could do a bar in the front. Maybe throw some glass up there. Second floor, have the kid area also double throughout the week as a downtown play area for shoppers and travelers that have their kids. You got to be in that area, somewhere you can kind of take a respite.
It kills me how
get kid calm down.
Go ahead, Mayo.
No, I was gonna say, kills me how they build all this stadiums today, like they bunch of toys. I mean, like amusement parks, and I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm just looking at this is downtown Seattle. That's pretty beautiful. I mean, but at the same time, a lot of money going into all this, and we, people out here struggling on the streets, I mean, but I'm not saying they should not build them or anything. I'm just saying, hopefully, like there's some minorities or some low income folks getting some kind of share of this building.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I said, it's weird to see. Like like for example, down here, I feel the same way when I look at my city spent $5.5 million for upkeep on a section of a major street through here, because that particular section is not only adjacent and offset to the highway, but its visual vantage point is unpleasant. They basically said, when you go to the Corey Convention Center down here in the hotel and look at that area from the top room, it doesn't look good. It looks ugly. It makes people not want to shop over there. So they spent $5.5 million to make it look pretty. They did nothing to the businesses. They just cleaned up the road, added a little middle fairway, closed out one of the lanes, put some shrubbery in there, just made it look pretty.
Right.
So with this stadium, with it being across from the stadium, and then not to mention, if you go more to the left of that building, there are apartments. You're basically at the end of where all the bars are at. There's not too many bars or restaurants in that area.
That's a good business venture, though.
That's a crazy fact that I'm giving you. You have to go where all those cars and stuff, where I told you at first, you have to go to the right to get to all the bars. There's a strip joint that's not too far from there, but majority of the bars on this side of town, that's where they're mainly going to be at. But near the stadium and near the arena, it's only like a few I could count off my hand. So that's a gold mine. I mean, it's a gold mine that is nobody's not tapping right now.
Hey, that sounds like something you, Mayo, and Mr. Jones from Cheddar Boy need to politic and parlay about.
Yeah,
that sounds like something that could definitely be beneficial for him and Mayo.
Absolutely. So who owns the rights to that property now?
It's a real estate company. I could go and check it out.
And you know how high property value is in the west coast. So how?
Oh yes.
Do you have an idea what they're going to be running it by? I mean,
probably in the millions. Probably.
Of course.
Yeah. I would say for that.
Thinking building, 1 point, or we thinking close? 1 point or close to 2?
No, it's
Seattle.
I would say probably 4-5 million. Now, yeah, because it's downtown and you're across from the stadium, and
5.
It's prime everything. I mean, I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's not 5. Yeah.
So if
5,
if it's
3.5, if it's a shitty building on the inside, but 5.
I can drive by it sometime this week and take the picture of the real estate company and the number, and they probably gonna have the price out there too. I'd be surprised if it is. Yeah, I'd be surprised if it's 2 to 3 million, or maybe even under than that.
Yeah, that's what
I'd be surprised.
That's what I said. That's what I said. The exterior property, yeah, that's definitely worth 5. If it's lower than 4, then you got to question the interior structure.
Well, I don't
what's
think
the
interior.
What's the wiring looking like? If y'all only asking for 2.7 on this property, but saying everything that you just said, that they could really pull 5, but you only ask for 2. What's wrong with the inside?
Hold up, I found an even better picture for you. Hold up, let me get it set on my end, and then we gotta go ahead and wrap up this show soon. Just random brother talk. All right, here we
No,
go. Let me go
it
in here.
sounds random.
I
It
was gonna
sounds
ask you
random.
that thing about the Cowboys. You know, since like Monday after football.
Yeah.
But what we really doing is showcasing what true self sustainability is,
Yeah.
especially when
So,
Black folk doing it. We're also showing you how we operate at the Wet Network because you're
mhm.
talking to three of the owners. So this is how we operate with business. We take everything that we have individually and we bring it together.
Absolutely, and that's how we gotta do things. No, we gotta remember that not one person can ever make it by themselves. Or the way we can, the
Right.
better way to make money is through collaboration, partnership, and they don't talk to people about it as much as they should. But that's how real wealthy folks gain more wealth. Is by working together.
Yes.
And then so as we can see right here, right there, they got the building right there. And look at that's the entrance to the stadium. And there's also an entrance somewhere under here. I think there's a whole entrance under here, right here.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you got some parking right here.
Yeah. What's
Right
that?
here too,
Yeah. What's that wiring? What's that wiring and plumbing looking like? What's
Oh
the
no,
support beams looking like?
it's gonna be all right. Trust me. If it's that close to the
though.
stadium, their wiring and plumbing is all right. Trust.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah. They
I
not
believe. You feel what I'm saying? But
look.
these the questions. These the questions. Especially you
So
talking about that looking at all that. Yeah, got to be at
so
least 5. You asking for less than 5.
yeah.
I'm questioning what's up. What's under the
So
hood?
so here's the area specs that I'm going ahead and tell for you. So right here, as you like I said, this is close to the stadium. So this is the building right here. Building right here is apartments. These nutba apartments. This is the parking area for the stadium. Over here, if you continue walking along this area right here, it's an overpass. Also got a light rail right here. You cross this, you're going into Chinatown, Seattle.
wow.
So you and then right here, these are apartments too, but I believe these are apartments for like the opposing team to stay and all that stuff. But these are hotels, apartments. I believe these are apartments too as well. I'm telling you, it's endless. And then right here, it goes to that tunnel I was telling you about because this used to be the start of the overpass that used to be right there, but then they knocked it down. Over here, this is where it goes into the interstate, and this is the street that also leads to Chinatown. Let me see what else. But yeah, this basically the heart of Seattle right here. And on this side right here, on the other side, I'm sorry, you can't see my damn mouse, but I wish I can show you where my mouse is. You also not too far away from the water neither.
Oh, we can't see. I thought I was looking at it right now. We're good.
Oh, you can see my mouse?
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
see right now.
Oh, you can see it? Okay, cool. Yeah, so on the
Yeah.
other side right here, it's the water is over here too as well. But yeah, I'm telling you, right here is a gold mine. I'm gonna see why I could do a clever thing if I can do it. Let me see if I can do Google Maps on here. Let me see on here. I think I can. I can give it a try. Ladies and gentlemen, first time ever, I'll be using Google Maps on the show. Let me see, because I'm really trying to get mail to see this area. Let me see. Let me go ahead and take it
Oh,
off.
I mean,
the
I'm already
screen
sold.
share.
I mean, the thing about it is, I mean, we got to put money that we don't have, we want to have, and so we got to get more people in. But that's kind of project that I love to get on, where we get enough people in, and we do something together. And I mean, there's other business I could do with the building, but I mean, that's the prime. You can't get no more prime in Seattle than in between the baseball and the football stadium. You can't get no more prime. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
got to go to even the city hall, is probably not as much prime line as athletics, instead of football or baseball. So that's prime land. And trust me, I know there's a lot of rich folks in Seattle who I'm assuming there's already probably tried to acquire that. So I'm surprised it's empty or unoccupied yet. I'm
All right.
surprised.
So let me give you the Google Maps tour of it. Hopefully that y'all can see me moving around. So let me go ahead and get on out. So here's field going along this street right here. I'm already going to speak it to existence. Your building is right here.
Oh, look at you. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure right there. No, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Hey,
God don't put
you,
more on you than you can bear.
Why? You got a good point. And that's
Yeah,
far West Coast. You know, I was in the West Coast looking for property last time. But I was looking at in where nobody was at. You know, this is the way everybody comes to. I mean, I ain't saying I don't think it's possible, but you know, that's a lot of. I mean, I'm saying, bro, you can't get no more prime than that. I wonder who owned that property. They probably the fact that they selling, maybe it's because of COVID or whatever. But I mean, I don't think you get prime than that.
Oh no. This is the surface. This scratches the surface, Mayo. There's a lot of businesses since COVID. It really exposed a lot of businesses, and there are a lot of buildings that are for lease and on sale currently right now as we speak. I'm trying to see how I can turn it onto the street. How can I do that?
Right. Look, hey, since you said that, Mayor, that second floor for the daycare / gaming area will have half of it for VR.
So how do I switch this? Can anybody help me? How can I switch this so I can have it on the street? You know how they like show you the actual directions when you
what it can
on
be
the street.
I'm used to doing it on my phone. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Maybe it's a 3D one you gotta click on top of that, right? I think that's what we're already on, right?
There we go. Because I want to see if I can see the if they have that for sale on there.
Oh, I mean, there might be something that been the shot happened like about 6 months ago or 5 months ago, but.
All right, so this is the building right here. As you got parking, you got a little bit of parking over here. Right here, like I told you, these are all apartments, condos. Like there's nothing else. Oh, my computer just went out. Sorry about that. Dang, we get too real that they had to take us out. Get too real, like y'all niggas are getting too much into this.
Well, I mean, I think what we can really do is to get folks to sign up, you know, and one to always join maybe a investment group, you know, because like I said, I don't think one or two. This is like Jeff Bezos type money, you know, to buy the thing without, you know what I mean. So, you know, I mean, a few who can join in some kind of investment group and start buying together, you know, and start, you know, that's how wealth is discovered or generated or, you know, built on. You know, folks just have to start trusting each other and agree not to touch the money until it yields a certain amount of money, maybe a 5-year plan or something like that. You know, when money gets to 7 figures or 8 figures, then they might touch it. But you know, this is it's a great idea to have what, you know, what Beach was talking about, have a little like game after I won't say after hours, but an adult and family game / center. You know, like Dave and Buster's. I mean, I don't know what happened to them. They kind of seem to be going down, washing down. But you know, with COVID, we got to think that we got to think about when COVID comes back out or leaves. You know, how slow or how fast people get back into doing stuff. You know,
right
in public. So.
Yeah, so I guess it's a good makeup for you, Bayo. But I would drive by the building and other buildings that are for sale because majority of these buildings just like this that are for sales also is within the city, like different parts of the city. I like when we was going around on Saturday and Sunday, I saw a couple of freaking buildings that were up for sale and for lease that was just about this size. And I was like, man, like it was a theater that was actually up for sale too as well. And I think that sucker, the price for that was actually $5 million. I think it was lower than that. Like think of an old school, old timey theater, you know, back in the day.
I can imagine. We have a few of them here in Columbus, so yeah. I mean, when you see a huge building like that, like those in a four-way stop, get the information for me, especially if they say they're gonna lease it. Because we do advertising and we try to lease other things, not the building itself, but opportunities to do advertisement with the building, and we call them and try to do stuff with them. So so if you can't get that information from me, we appreciate it, and that's all around the country,
Yeah.
so
I got you, Mayo. But with that, I think Beast, hopefully he's gonna. I'm gonna give him 5 minutes so he will come back. But yeah, let me go ahead and continue to give you a tour of this area called Seattle. So I already show you the building. So over here, the railroad tracks. This right here will lead right back to the interstate, and it gets obviously it's downtown. It gets packed a whole heck of a lot. And I think this is right here. That's the stadium, and then let's go over here to the T-Mobile Park, which used to be Safeco. It gets packed too as well. Like right here, oh, it really gets packed when people come into the game. So you got many different entrances to the game. You got the entrance over here, and then the ever famous entrance over here. And I also told you that it was a news station that was across from the street right here. You got that, the entrance right here, and I believe they got entrance right here. They got entrance right here, but due to COVID, they only got like this entrance and this one over here, somewhere over here. Like you basically like the four corners of the stadium.
no, I get it.
Yeah, so and here's all the rest of the bars. The bars would be along. Well, this is a store, as you can see right here. I know there's a bar in this vicinity right here. So it's a bar right here, and it's a restaurant in this area right here, which is not saying. Which leads, and then it also is another bar and restaurant right here, as you can see right there. I didn't know they had lids here. And that's basically it for it. Then you got, like I said, you got a couple eateries right here.
Not bad. I mean, like I said,
yeah,
that's what you gotta expect to be all around. Is places where people can go before and after the game, to eat and all that kind of stuff. But speaking of games, well, I'm still trying to get. What do you think about the Cowboys' chances and stuff?
I believe we're in the most best position ever. I wasn't expecting us to be second.
Ever though, I see what you mean. Ever since our Super Bowl years, I guess I mean, since the years when we actually won the Super Bowl, this is probably some of the best positions. I'm afraid of us getting a 1 and 2 seed, then becoming not arrogant, but just being content and thing like we got it made. Getting busted in the mouth the first game. That's what I'm afraid of. Go ahead.
I got a feeling that the Jimmy Johnson, I believe he was cursed because of Jimmy Johnson, because Jerry Jones didn't give Jimmy Johnson his props and didn't apologize. I'm telling you, I believe this is our year. I want us to make it to the NFC Championship game, and I believe we.
Oh, shit! I want us to win the Super Bowl. So forget what you want.
I want us to win the Super Bowl, but I want to put all my eggs in the basket.
Well, I mean, I'm saying when you think about what you want, it's different what you think we're gonna do.
I believe we can make it to the Super Bowl. I believe so. Our defense is on the ridiculous level. I believe we can beat the Cards. I say this,
they beat us one time.
What? Yeah. And when we beat the Cardinals,
was it St. Louis? Which one beat us like a couple of weeks ago?
Oh, fucking Raiders.
No, well, outside them with the guy, the quarterback, what's his name? I thought that was St. Louis. Well, I mean, it's not St. Louis no more. Is it not Rams?
Oh, you mean the Rams that beat the Cardinals? Yeah. Yeah,
well,
I knew the Rams. I just knew the Rams were going to win that. And then also for Murray,
that's Tyler Moore. Yeah. What team does he play for?
He plays for the Cardinals.
So that's who beat us. Well, no, not Moore. I'm talking about the other guy, the one that's on the commercials, the insurance commercial.
Oh! You talking about number 15, Mahomes?
Yeah. What's his name? Oh,
Mahomes.
Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah.
What team does he play for again?
He played for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, so they're the ones that I think that we got to worry about the most.
Honestly, tell you the truth, I think the Chiefs are a fluke. I'm gonna keep them 100. I believe we should. I don't believe we should. We shouldn't have lost that game. To tell you the truth, because I was at the engagement, and I missed half of the damn game. And I told my girl, I said, I'm never doing that again. I'm watching my game. Freaking, I was like, we could have came back in that game, but freaking Kellen Moore, man, we gotta get rid of him. I believe he's a horrible offensive coordinator. He's terrible.
You think so? Wow.
Yeah, I think he's terrible. Calls that he was doing, he did the same exact thing. Like, I understand running the ball. We should do more running, but then also we need to be throwing it to not just CeeDee Lamb. We got Coop out there, you know. We got Coop, but you be calling these fancy college plays. You're not in Boise. You're not in Boise, Idaho no more. And that's like he doing these bubble screens. I'm like, why are you doing a bubble screen? Like, what are you doing? Yeah, I'm like, this is not college. I mean, that's easy to.
I just think it's been outplayed in the NFL now. So
yeah, and it's just like the read option is outplayed. You know, you just bring two ends or just do a freaking all-out blitz to stop that mess. But I'm like, or do like a freaking a QB spy, and you be good. But I'm like, the calls that he be making at certain plays, you're not gonna do a bubble screen, a wide receiver screen on the freaking third three. You would think run or tight end, you know, play action. But we don't do that. And then Dak, I think Dak is just, I think he's in his head. That's the reason why I say he's in his head, because of that calf injury. I understand when you come after a big ass injury like that and you have those many surgeries, yeah, you're going to be in your head a little bit. So that's why I think what he's going through right now, but I think he's going to get it right. You know, I'm not surprised he's having this type of slump, but he needs to snap out of it real quick, because the next thing you know, the playoffs is here. And right now, to tell you the truth, if we get the first seed, I'd be happy. But if we keep this seed and we play the Saints, I'd be happy too. Because we're gonna have to.
That's what I was saying. I wonder if playing 3 games into the Super Bowl is better than playing 2 games. That the first game is like one that we might get beat out of, because we feel like we are a top dog, and somebody comes to knock us off. I mean, so I just hope they can keep them humble. You know, if they get a top 2 seed, you know. I've not been watching NFL. I mean, I watch the games once in a while, like maybe like periodic. Well, I walk around TV because I'm still disappointed in NFL, and I was boycotting NFL. But since my Cowboys been doing good, I've been itching to get back in front of TV. I just got to discipline myself to not watch the whole thing. I mean, since Colin Kaepernick, I've not been able to forgive the NFL, and I don't think they fixed it or made up or made amends. So at some point, we as people need to stand up and not be so carried away. As much as I'm a huge football fan, and I mean, I used to have like just fucking the Blues when the Cowboys lose. They all highest the Buckeyes when I was younger. But the older I got, the more, you know, I got the real blues in life with the women and stuff. That's what I like. This is worse blues than what I'm giving the Cowboys. You know, like they let them handle their losses themselves. Let me handle my losses.
Right, I got you.
But saying all that is saying that I've been able to discipline myself to maybe not watch the NFL for a while and all this stuff. But suddenly, always a Cowboy fan. I'm always going to be interested in what's going on with them, and you know the perception of where they can be at. You know that. I mean, people are saying this year might be the year. I kind of feel a little bit too. So.
Yeah, me too. I would go more in detail, but I gotta go ahead and go. I gotta engage with my car. I gotta change the censoring and everything. And I told Beats, I said I won't go be able to show that log. I should have told you that, but I got carried away because I had to make it up to you about that building I saw. So, but yeah, I get more details for you.
Please.
For you. But speaking of details, so Christmas is upon us, and then next thing you know, we go turn around. Then the New Year's gonna be, as you can see, my green screen is not working, but still, this is gonna be a last show until further notice before 2021
2022
ends.
sorry.
Until we go into 2022. So this is going to be the last show, unless the crew can come together and be like, hey, let's have one last show before this year is out, and I will happily oblige. But until then, this is the last show, ladies and gentlemen. Until then, we're going to be doing reruns of the best of 2021. Probably all the way till New Year's, until the new year come in. But I want to I wish Teach was on, but she's busy. She probably knocked out sleep right now. I like to thank Teach. Beast, hopefully he comes in, which I doubt. And then Mayo, thank you. Even Seep Away, even Professor O, and all of our guests that came on this show and made 2021 something. Thank you so very, very much. Can't wait for 2022 because by then the wet networks be up and we probably won't be on Facebook that much because we got our own platform. But other than that, Mayo, thank you for coming in. Thank
Much
you so
love,
very
much
much.
love. Thanks for having me. Thanks for this year already. You guys don't know how sometimes some of this can be a distraction to some of the the unfortunate happenings of life, and sometimes this can be a break from just running around so much and trying to just almost crashing because like I said, business all the time. So, and you guys, we've developed a very good family, a very tight family. So.
Yes.
Over the time, and we got to keep pushing. Now we're talking about doing business together, possibly. So this is like something that we've done as leisure and also something to as a passion to share information with society. Now we're going to a place where we are doing to make money. So with that being said, I thank you for having the genius idea to start this and bring people like myself and on recently, but more like teaching and Beast, great folks that we have on here, great vibe, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. I would do a final point, but I think we already got that knocked out without even saying anything. But as for my boy Mayo, for our boy Beast Johnson, as well as myself, your gracious host, Donnell Lamonte Morris, and also like to thank Sky Zone Society for supporting this show and also the shows before this, as well as Cheddar Boy Popcorn. Thank y'all for supporting us. This is the final show. Until further notice, until we meet again in 2022. I wish I could say one of those words that Teach says, but I will say this: till we meet again. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a good one.
Yes,
Thank y'all so very much. This has been hashtag Fade to Black. We will see you next year. Catch y'all later. Goodbye, y'all.